So a couple days ago, I did the Iran study, and today I was doing the North Korea study. And what I'm finding all the time, this is an unbiased study, mind you. This is an unbiased study. The facts I find is what I find in these newspapers. And it's always speaking of United States military operations in everybody's land. Mountains full of it. There is little doubt but that the mountains of North Korea are full of gold. Well, what do you know? And a great deal more is probably gotten than is generally supposed. The Korean citizen has no security of property, and the possession of money always brings the officials down upon him. And those officials are foreign Europeans, most of the time, again, United States military operations. And they suck at his vitals till the money is squeezed out of him. And that's all over different lands, even in the Americas. Every now and then a native will come into the establishment of the American firm, which is really the United States military operations and corporations, at Chumupo. This manuscript is from 1894, so United States military operations was already in Korea. And speaking about North Korea, knew about the mountains of gold. It even speaks of copper and coal. I'm so tired of these Europeans always coming to the table to eat, but never bring anything to assist with the food or beverages or anything. He pays for what he wants with gold dust, which he takes out of a pipe stem or from a belt which he has bound about his body under his clothes. Often men want to turn the gold into Korean cash, and that's where all the problem began in regards to fiat paper or reserve notes. It makes it a fair playing field when every man can go out and find a piece of gold in the land. But you got people who cheat and try to print off paper like it's value because they don't want to go dig and find their own resources. But when you start printing fiat paper and trying to act like it's of value, that's where the problem began. These men was backed by resources. They had gold dust or gold nuggets that they pulled out of their own land. And you got foreign Europeans that was trading it for wood, even food, because the European locked up all their food and kept them in their buildings. So they had to go wherever the European told them to get their food and stuff. Otherwise, why would it say that the native went to the European store? Why didn't it have his brother or sister's store to go to? It went to the European store. That they camouflage as American, but America is the continent. Don't get that confused. People who call themselves United States citizens are foreign to the Americas. And the only reason why they're in America is one, either they're children of the colonizers or children of immigrants. Unless you're bound to the continent by heritage, which are the Moors or the Asiatics, those who are misnomered as black. Often men want to turn the gold into Korean cash, and it is by no means safe for them to have it upon them. The mines are worked under superintendents, yeah, I bet. I thought this was very interesting. At present, not even blasting power is used to get at the quartz, and the rock is broken by building a fire against it, and then when it has become hot, water is thrown upon it, and this cracks the quartz. Korea appeals to president. Subjugated government also asked other powers to oust Japan. And this is showing where they went to The Hague long time ago. They already been at the table with the Europeans trying to get peace. They was at Hague conventions. Grievous abuses are cited. European and American commerce is throttled by dominating invaders likened to highwaymen. And highwaymen are bandits, just like highwaymen in the Americas, always taxing and fining and feeing to death. The Hague. Highwaymen, barbarians, murderers, quote unquote, are the mildest terms Prince Young-Uy Yi of Korea has for the Japanese in voicing his appeals to the Hague Conference for the powers' aid in saving his country from the Mikado's oppression. He already been to the Hague conferences trying to get these people off his back. Japan is trying to steal Korea as barefacedly as ever. Highwaymen robbed a coach. Chinese have the greatest commercial interest in Korea, but America, which it's not the Americans, which again is the United States European military operation that is on the American soil, but they're all over the world colonizing and occupying. Germany and England are also heavily interested. Why European military always got to be interested in everybody's soil and their products and their resources? America in particular has vast investments in the country. You hear that? that? Vast investments, trucks, railroads, mines, all of that, all in everybody's resources. The military of the United States, their operations, through their missionaries, through Christian missionaries as well. I'm going to go ahead and close out. I got my point across. United States military is always in everybody's resources. Take heed.